Yes, sir. What is going on, YouTube? It is your boy, Denali, aka Don Squally, and in today's video, man, we are back at it with another RX350 video. So in today's video, we're not going to be installing any parts, but I am going to be answering a question that I've been getting quite frequently since I did the conversion. For those of you guys who don't know, this is a 2010 RX350 that I facelifted with the 2013 to 2015 bumper. So what I'm going to do is just do a basic cost breakdown. Now, just to let you guys know, these prices are in Canadian. There was some duty fees, some some taxes involved here. So I'm going to be posting links below to all the parts, where I got all of my parts. You may be able to find them for cheaper, and the prices that I got them for may have changed on the links that I'm going to be posting. But nonetheless, I'm going to be going over basically what it cost me to swap my RX350. Now, ever since I got this thing a few years ago, I wanted to do the 2013 to 15 sport bumper upgrade. I always had my eye on Marketplace, Kijiji, and these bumpers are just very tough to come by. And the one bumper that I did see pop up in like the year and a half that I had this car, it sold by the time I was done work that day. So I basically bought everything brand new. Everything is aftermarket. But yeah, overall, I'm very pleased with how everything came out. So obviously what we're going to start with first is going to be the bumper and the lower valence. Now this lower black piece right here is actually a separate piece compared to the upper bumper here. Now the upper bumper, this portion here, cost me about $380, and the lower spoiler cost me about $230. All in all, with tax, it cost me right around $680. Luckily, I found this bumper online. It was a company called Fordon.ca. I ended up purchasing the bumper, and it turned out that they were local to me, just south of me in Mississauga, so I didn't have to pay shipping for the bumper. Did have to wait a little bit of time, but overall, I got a really good deal compared to what I would have paid if I got it overseas. And again, it was local, so I didn't have to pay for shipping. Next up were the fog lights. Now, when I was going to do this swap, one of the things that I was going to try to reuse for my 2010 bumper was the fog lights. I was going to try to find a way to kind of make them work. However, I ended up looking online, and it turned out that fog lights were extremely cheap. Now, I ended up getting this set of fog lights off of eBay for around $52 shipped. I did have to wait a little bit of time for shipping, but luckily, because I was ordering a whole bunch of different parts from a whole bunch of different places, I really wasn't in any type of rush. So the fog lights, $52, and then I was going to try to find a way to mount them without the fog light brackets, but again, the fog light bracket was one of those parts that it cost not a ton of money, and it would have saved me a whole lot of time when it came to installing. So the fog light brackets, we ended up paying $83 for. Again, that was off of eBay. And another one of those things that I was really hell-bent on reusing were my 2010 headlights. Now, this model of RX comes with the auto leveling headlight system, as well as the auto high beam sensors. Now, I did want to reuse the 2010 headlights, but again, it was one of those things, because I know headlights are very expensive. An OEM set of these headlights with the LEDs in them are probably $900 to $1,000, a little over $1,000 for a nice set. But I ended up stumbling across this set of headlights on eBay. Now, all in all, with tax, it cost $477 for this set of lights. Now, one of the reasons I think they were so cheap is they had a lot of negative reviews for them actually leaking, getting condensation in them. Now, that's something that I've dealt with before in the past, obviously, driving used vehicles. So I ended up getting this set of headlights, and I just resealed them where the clear lens meets the actual headlight with some black silicone, and they haven't given me an issue yet. Now, the driver's side headlight was damaged in shipping. One of the chrome rings, I don't know how it cracked at the bottom and a little piece broke off. So I ended up emailing the company and they ended up giving me $157 back. With the refund, I ended up getting these headlights for 320 Canadian dollars, which is an absolute steal for a brand new set of headlights. So I was gonna purchase a new driver's side headlight because I was initially so bummed out. I wanted everything to be perfect, but to be honest with you, I can't even tell that it's broken. And for, you know, $160 per headlight, that's an absolute steal again for a brand new set of headlights. So it's kind of a catch-22. Obviously, I'm bummed out that I have a broken headlight, but with the refund, it made these headlights like an absolute steal. So next up was the upper and the lower grille here. Now, for those of you guys who know the F Sport front bumper, the only thing that really makes an F Sport an F Sport is the actual upper grille here. It's just a little bit different. It's got the honeycomb styling, but those grills on eBay, almost $700, and I ended up getting both the upper grill as well as the lower grill. I bought them both together on eBay and they both cost me $240. So for those savings, I'm going to keep an eye out on Marketplace, maybe Kijiji, see if I can find an F Sport grill in the future. But for $240, I'm completely happy with this. And for those of you guys who saw my last RX350 video, we plasti dipped the upper grill and this white section, this white middle section here in the bumper, and I think that it looks absolutely awesome. So very happy with that. And then you guys may know that the tow hook covers, where the grill comes down, there's these big holes here. I did have to buy those separate. They did not come with the grill, and those things cost me about $50 on eBay. And then after I ended up getting the fog lights installed in the bumper, I did realize that I was going to need the chrome fog light trim bezel because it was pretty ugly without it. And those fog light bezels cost me around $53 on eBay. Then I just got a pack of retaining clips. They're basically the clips that hold this bottom valence onto the front bumper. I was going to try to get away with them for zip ties, but the clips were around $10 on eBay. So I ended up just buying a bag of those, and I used a couple for the grill install as well. And then obviously paint, I knew was going to be a big part of this budget. I got a couple quotes from a couple paint shops, and a lot of people were saying that they wanted to blend the fenders as well as the hood, and it was going to cost around $1,000 to do that. I ended up finding a place, I believe it was like Cosmos, had a lot of paint samples. This place was in Etobicoke in Toronto where I used to live. I had a couple different slips of some different paint samples. He spent a little bit of time with me, you know, comparing the paint samples to the different panels on the car. Now the bumper that was on this car had already been replaced. The color was a little bit off, so I explained to him I wasn't interested in spending like $1,000. You know, and even if it was a little bit off, it wouldn't be the end of the world. So he ended up working with me and giving me the paint, which is I believe a 3-stage pearlescent. And I think I got a really good deal, and it turned out like the color match is almost perfect. He ended up painting this bumper for $500. If you guys need the link for a good, you know, a good painter that's willing to take a little bit of time with you to paint match, let me know. Hit me up on Instagram or leave a comment under this video. If you're in the GTA, I will send the contact information your way. And then if you guys did watch the install video, we ended up trimming the side bumper mounting clips in order to make them fit with the newer bumper. They were not working. As I was driving, the bumper was starting to pop out in a few different places. So again, it was one of those things. I was able to find a set of clips online for $56, both sides. And we ended up installing those off camera, and I haven't had an issue since. So if my calculations are correct, I believe I did calculate the bumper clips into this equation, but all in all, the bumper with paint cost me $1,988. I did the work myself. Had I had to pay a body shop to put this bumper on, I imagine at, let's say, $100 to $150 an hour. This took me maybe 3 to 4 hours. Might take an experienced body shop a little less time, but yeah, you know, you can factor in maybe another $1,000 for getting everything put on. So as you guys know, in the past, when I do these kind of cost breakdown videos, I do sell the parts that I took off of the vehicle, and then I factor those out of the cost of what it cost me to buy all these parts. So we did end up selling everything that I took off, the front bumper as well as the headlights. We ended up selling the passenger headlight for $350. We ended up selling the driver headlight for $300. And then we ended up selling the complete front bumper with all the washer jets, the fog lights, all that good stuff for $300. The only thing that I took off that bumper was the Lexus logo because this grille didn't come with one. So we made back $950 to put back into basically what it cost us to get all these parts. So the grand total for this entire swap was $1,038, which to me was well worth it. This thing just feels like a completely new car. It really did change the look completely. Like, this thing went from, like, you know, total dadmobile to now quite a stylish dadmobile. And you know, one of the great things about doing a swap like this is every time that I walk up, I look at the car, it's just very satisfying to know where it came from to what it looks like now. When I first got it, had the 17s, the stock 2010 bumper, there was no tin on it, there was no dual exhaust on it, and now I think this thing looks really great. And yeah, I'm just really happy with the way that things turned out. So again, I'm going to do my best to leave the links down in the description. Again, some prices may change. You might be able to find prices differently, but I really did do a lot of research to make sure that I was not only getting a product that had a good review, but also was very, you know, fairly priced, because with buying everything brand new, you know, trying to keep everything within a half decent budget was a little bit difficult. But yeah, I hope you guys did enjoy this one. Hopefully you guys got some insight as to what it took for me to get to this point with this vehicle. If you guys do have any more questions, comments, you guys want to see the install process, I'm going to also post a link to that down in the description, or maybe I'll pin it in the top comments. But I'm thinking that's going to be pretty much it for today's video. So if you guys did enjoy this one, don't forget to smash that like button. If you guys want to see more and you're not subscribed yet, definitely do so. Peace!